everyone, welcome back to Kitchen Table TCG. I hope you're having yourself a fantastic Valentine's Day. Today we're going to talk about Everfest. It is Monday. We're going to take a look at Everfest and take a look at what's going on in the market. We did have a very large amount of buyouts to talk about today. It's going to be a little bit of a spicy video, a lot of conversation to happen. We also have the Collector Center has been updated with Everfest, kind of some of the pull rates. So at the end of the video, we'll talk about that a little bit, and I will show you how we have adjusted the pull rates that are calculated in this video to see what the EV is. Let's hop into it. Before I get into it, I'd like to highlight MinMaxGamesFab.com, a great place to buy singles. If you're looking to buy singles, use the discount code in the video description of my videos. You will save $5 off your order of $50 or more. Patrons, you save 5% off of all of your orders as well. And then if you are a patron, you also get access to a collection tracker. That is a great way to see if you have the full set, if you have tracked or collected the full set of each set, and it's a great way to see what the general value of your cards are as well based on these videos. And that does update every time I do a video like this. So today I've updated Everfest. Tomorrow I'll update one of the other sets. Whenever you see a video, that means that set has been updated. So that's the way that works. Let's hop into Everfest to see what's going on in the market. There's ups, there's downs, there's spicy things to talk about. It's going to be a spicy video. All right, so let's hop in. So first edition boxes right now are below map, sitting at $79. They're not really below map. They're $1 below map. They're really not that. It's not that big of a deal. But map is $80 on these. I always thought that would kind of be the bottom on boxes, and obviously we got there and we are still there. Now I am hearing of some other deals that are going on Facebook and that kind of thing, but on the public market, you are seeing boxes at around $80. And there's not that many under 80. There's only 5 on TCG Player under 80. There's a couple on eBay as well. So that will quickly hop into the 80, 84, 85. But as you can see, there's plenty of boxes on the market. There's not a supply issue with Everfest. That is not going to be a thing. There's not a supply issue. And additionally, we still do not know. It has been labeled as out of print, which everybody should have expected. We still do not know what is going on with Unlimited, or if we will see Unlimited, or when we will see Unlimited. That is a big question mark right now. And I think a lot of other things is there still going to be from distribution? There's a lot of dynamics, but right now it looks like the floor price of $80 seems to be where we're going to be. Looking at the Fable, the Grandeur of Valhalla, that's how I'm going to say it. You're seeing prices. There was a little bit of a buyout on a lot of these cards this weekend. If you were paying attention on Facebook, there were some people talking about it. There's a little bit of buyout on the 12th. So today is the 14th already. And I haven't had any sell by the time I'm doing this video. It's not really the 14th. It's midnight on the 14th. But so on the 13th, we only had one sell at this price point of $434. On the 12th, there was a buyout of a lot of these higher end cards on the 12th. You can see the amount that sold on the 12th is very much higher than the amount that sold on the 11th or the 10th. So just know that. I think these prices will see a retracement whenever you see a buyout. Typically, at the end of the day, you see a retracement unless they continue to buy out, which is what they'll need to do. Also on eBay, the sold listings of this are sitting at like $390, between $355 and $390. So I'm going to go ahead and call it. We'll give them the $400 on their buyout attempt on TCG Player. We'll see what happens over the next couple weeks. We'll just see what happens. We'll see what the supply looks like. That's gonna be what matters to those people who are doing buyouts, is how much supply is there. But that is not the only thing that was bought out. We'll keep talking about that a little bit. Right now we got the Bastion of Eisenloft. I got made fun of for how I said stalagmite, so I'm just gonna prevent myself from ever having to say it. So we got the legendaries. Silver Palms down to $50. You've got Arcanite Skullcap at 83, and then the Bastion of Eisenloft sitting at 120. So that's currently available. Again, this did see a little bit of pickup on the 12th and 13th. Actually, quite a few copies sold on the 13th at the 120. You can see on the way that these were picked up. It's they are moving, they are grooving. They went down to at 112 at some point. That quickly got purchased up. So 120 seems to be the price point. As far as supply goes, there's still 38 listings on the market. Some of these, like Yeti Gaming, still has 5. They had 13 at the end of the last week. Alliance Gaming has 4. So there's plenty of copies of this on the market. And again, I still think that there are plenty of boxes to be opened of this set. So I would not say that it is like time to buy out everything, because like people are still opening boxes. Like, I don't know. I just got my Team Covenant boxes on Friday, I think Thursday or Friday. So people are still opening boxes. I would be very wary of buying out things, but if you need, the silver palms for your competitive deck, I mean, like, go get it. That was a joke. Like, if you need cards to play, this seems like it's not going to drop radically, I don't think. So if you need cards to play, this seems like a decent time to pick them up. Usually I say wait till like 4 weeks after release to pick up cards, but we're seeing a pretty low market right now, and there seems to be plenty of cards on the market. So I would say this is a decent time to start picking up some. I wouldn't go full bore though. So, you've got some of these cold foils. They're losing value. Like Mask of the Pouncing Lynx down 45% from last week to $32. Helm of the Sharp Eye is at $24. Dreadbore is at $26. You got the Kraken's Aethervine at $18 for a cold foil Majestic. The Lantern's holding up value actually at $32, going up 6%. You've got a couple of the other ones. Bravo Star of the Show is the one that got really bought out. And this is the apparent thing right here, if you want to see it. This is where, Emperor has no clothes on some of these things. But you can see current listing is $245, and you can see there's not that many of them at that price point. But if you take a look at the sold listings, I love that TCG Player does this now, but if you take a look at the sold listings for cold foil, you can see the amount that got bought on the 12th, very high, and then today on the 13th. Not as many, but somebody did pay $275 today. So I'm going to go $245 because that's what's available. But just be careful. Like, when you see stuff like this, when you go to buy cards, make sure you look and see, okay, where was the price point 24 hours ago and what's the price point now? Typically when you see a buyout, these dropped down this week to $179. And I know of quite a few that sold for $200 on Facebook. But $179 was the bottom this week. And then eventually they popped back up to $225. I think that's going to be the price that they kind of settle at, to be honest, $200, $225. It's a beautiful card. Really cool. Double cold foiling. I wish TCG Player you could had like the flip like you do for some other cards, but $245 is the current available price. So there was a buyout up to $275. But just know $245 is the price at this time, and so that's what I am using for the tracker. We'll see what happens as you continue. You can see a little increase, then a dip, and then a little increase. We'll see what happens as this card ages and what goes on with it. Cold foil rares, all in all, so on average your Majestics are down 10%. Cold foil rares on average are up 10%. Now, the main one being Potion of Deja Vu is seeing a 85% increase. And I hear a lot of reasons for this, and I think they're valid reasons. This is, in most people's opinion, the most beautiful of the cold foil rares. And it's also a card that looks like it may see a little bit of play in a couple builds. So it's a card that I think has a lot going for it. This one I would say is an authentic rise in the price. Healing Potion up 55%. Potion of Seeing up 31%. I don't know about those. I don't have anything special to say about that. But Potion of Deja Vu, beautiful card. Actually, I think I have one right here. Potion of Deja Vu. I don't have one. I thought I did. Anyway, moving on. It's a beautiful card, absolutely gorgeous, and I think that's part of the reason why it's seeing a value increase. But your average rare is sitting at $6.51, which is up 10%, and your average Majestic cold foil is sitting at $54, which is down 10%. Extended Art Rainbow Foil. Now, this is where I think this set needs to shine. In my opinion, this will kind of make or break the average EV of this set long term, is if these are successful cards or not. And that being said, it didn't have a good week this week, but I don't think that matters. I think the longevity of this is what matters, and not the kind of 2 weeks after release. So right now we're down 20% on these. We'll talk about the pull rates of these. I think you get about one of these in every 2 boxes, so we'll talk about that at the end of this video. That's what it's going to continue to be calculated at. And that's why I think these are so important, because there's so much of the EV is built into these extended art cards of this particular set. And the good news for you is the high value ones, Pulverize is still sitting at 97, Winds of Eternity still sitting at 93. You're seeing the kind of lesser played ones erode a little bit in value, like Aether Wildfire down 17% to $60. Knick-Knack Bric-a-Brac down 32% to $67. Where things aren't holding up are the rare side of these. And I don't know if that's like this is the first time we've seen rare extended arts or exactly why that is, but the rare ones are pretty cheap, sitting at $1 or $2 each. A couple alternative ones like Runeblood Incantation is only down 25% and still sitting at like $8. It's definitely a player's market on these. This is not collectors that are buying these. This is people, like if you look, you can know this because Pick a Card, Any Card isn't played, and it's at $1 for all the things. Meanwhile, Runeblood Incantation is a $9 card. It's the most expensive one, and it's because it's being seen. It's going to see play. It's a Runeblood card. Runeblade card. So and you can see this too, like the red one is more expensive than the blue one. So the market is being dictated still by players and not collectors, and that's a very important thing to understand in Flesh and Blood that has been going on for a couple months now. So yeah, anyway, your average extended rainbow foil then is sitting at $17.58, which is down 20%, and this just takes the average of all of them. It does not specify majestic to non, because we don't know the exact pull rates of all that. Looking at your majestic rainbow foils, then we're down 6% to an average of $7.31. Lots of cards going down. Let's do some of the highlights first. Swing Big, massive, again, buyout. There's like no copies of Swing Big on the market. Swing Big had a massive buyout. I guess I can show it to you real quick. Swing Big had a massive buyout. There's like no copies on the market. If you look, there's actually like 10, 15 cards maybe total on the market. A massive buyout. See what happened. It was all today. See all those sales happened. So a massive buyout that happened. So it'll be interesting to see if that actually sees play, what actually goes on with that. If players are able to get the cards to actually build the decks to go see play. So definitely some stuff going on with that card on the market. I'm not sure why. I haven't seen any reports of what happened. But Swing Big, for whatever reason, the brute attack action, seeing a very, very large purchase quantity. So that's why that is up so high. Sorry, I was trying to figure out how to get that off. Break Tide is also up 67%. You've got Dissolution Sphere up 100% to $6. Then all your Runeblood cards are up, but then the rest of the market's kind of down. You got Cash Out that's down 75%. You've got Volda down 55%. You've got everything else is just kind of eroding a little bit. So on average, with all those swings, you're down 6% to an average of $7.32. Bingo Rainbow Foil at $15, down 25%. I know that was a card that a lot of people were interested in. Fractal Replication, a beautiful card. Knick-Knack Bric-a-Brac, I don't know. There's a lot of things there. Do with it what you will. All right, Majestics then are sitting on average $3.75. They're down 2%. Some significant changes here. Battering Bolt going up from $1 last week to $6 this week. You've got the market just figuring out what it's doing. Swing Big again is up 300% to an $11 for near mint. The copy that you just saw on TCG Players light played. So must have been one of those from the packs that got all deteriorated. But looking ready to roll is up a little bit. That's just $1 though. You've got Earthlore Bounty up 60%, Pulverize up 18%, Imposing Visage up 100%. You've got Battering Bolt, like I said, up 500%. No other real huge upticks. I guess Runic Reclamation is an important one. Swarming Gloomveil still at $16 as the most expensive Majestic in the set. So lots of interactions, lots of things going up and down. Keep in mind, there is a metric ton of Majestics in this set. There's a lot of them. So that does affect the way that the boxes are going to be valued. And it will affect people opening boxes, and it will affect the singles market because there's so many different cards that you can pull. You're going to see more people buy singles because the odds of them getting the cards that they want out of a booster box is lower. So just keep that in mind. And if you're going to try to open up boxes, that you might want to evaluate that for yourself if you're opening up boxes. So you're down 2% to an average of $3.74. All right, we're gonna skip through the rares. The average price for rainbow foil is 20 or 42 cents. The rares are 10 cents. I know some people like this stuff. If you do, you can use the collection tracker. All these prices are in there. Spectral Shield at $4. Spectral Silver Token at $1.40. And Frostbite Rainbow Foil at $1.60. That's all down 61%. So let's go to this EV calculation now. Before we get there, let me just share that they did release the stuff that's going on for the pull rates, and it is different. This is very important. It's still not like we don't have all the details, but here's what you need to know. You need to know that the cold foil pull rate is 1 in 16 packs, and that's kind of the interesting thing to know. And then we know that you get 1 in 60 packs will have a legendary, and that there are 3 legendaries. So those are the two things that you need to keep in mind. And those are the two things that you need to keep in mind, and that's what will be put into this EV. I just noticed something though. It'll be a little off, but it is what it is. It's close enough. But so this is how this has been calculated. Then I feel like they changed it or whatever. When we did it, it was 1 in 154 packs. So this should be 1 in 60. I guess I can change it live. I can't because I can't do that math live. So it's 1 in 54 is what this is calculated out. It should be 1 in 60, so it'll be slightly different, but it's just pennies. Anyway, I'll fix it later. I just can't do the math for that thing. So this is where the calculation for the legendary pops in. So because there are 3 legendaries, that makes each pull of whatever different. So 1 in every 308 packs. So every 2 pulls will be a cold foil legendary. So this takes the average of the cold foil legendaries. And then this one is the skull cap for that pull. So that distinguishes that out because we know the difference of a cold foil versus the regular and the pull rates of that. And then we've got the extended art, like I said, is 1 in every 2 boxes. But then this is the key. 1 in every 16 packs means that you are on average going to get 1.5 cold foils per box. That's the average when you do, 1 in 16 packs is a cold foil. There's 24 packs in a box. So every box will have on average 1.5 cold foils. I know that they're spiky. I know that there's boxes that have, 3. I've gotten boxes that have 3 cold foils. I've had boxes that have 0. But on average, the rate should be 1.5 on average. And then we also know we assume a chance of getting a Fable is 1 in 40 boxes. That's kind of what we've assumed. So we can take that percentage out of the 1.5. And then we know the cold foil legendary pull rate. We know that in every 160 packs, you'll get a cold foil legendary. So that means the cold foil legendary is going to be a 0.103 pull rate based on the thing. So that's 1 in every 10 boxes based on that data should have a legendary cold foil. And then the cold foil majestics, what we've done here is just taken a guess and said, all right, there's 1 rare cold foil in every box, so that equals 1. And then the remainder from this 1.5 is 0.372 cold foil majestics in every box is essentially what that's calculated at. So that's how this data is all calculated at, and then it takes the averages of the prices and things. We also know that the majestics are on average, like they're short printed, which we're already calculating based on Crucible. So we already kind of assumed that. So, and then we also doing the 1 in every 2 boxes will have a extended art card, and that's average. So that's the data that you're seeing. Like I said, I'll fix up some of this legendary stuff, but the percentages, it'll just be like a difference of like 20 cents, something like that. So it shouldn't be a big deal. So your box EV then, your true EV is at $106. That includes all the cards. If you only are going to sell the majestics through the Fable, your EV would be sitting at $100 per box. That would be if you're opening up 40 boxes. And if you're not going to open 40 boxes, if you're just going to open up a case, so you're not including the Fables or the rares in this, you're sitting at $90.63. And if you're going to open up just 1 box and you do hit a cold foil rare and then the majestics, on average, you'll be sitting at $46.41. So that is your EV for Everfest. I don't think that we're down to, I don't remember if I actually tracked, this is from Crucible. I don't think I actually tracked it this week. I think it doesn't matter anyway because we had to change the pull rates and all that stuff. So we'll start tracking it for next week to see how the market is doing overall. But that is your Everfest market update, everyone. Yeah, I think this is a set to open the box right now. I mean, you're in the positive EV. I think that singles, if you're looking to like finish your collection, in my opinion, based on Tales of Aria and Monarch and all the other sets that we've seen, I think there's still room for singles to erode a little bit in value. And it seems like we're at the bottom of the box price, so it does seem like it's worth it to open up boxes right now. But if you're looking to complete your set, I would wait a little bit to buy singles, to be honest. But anyway, hope you guys have a great day. Remember to be kind to the people around you. If you want access to all this stuff, check the description of my videos, and hope you have yourself a fantastic Valentine's Day.